Good evening and welcome everyone who is joining us live through Zoom, or if you are watching this recording through YouTube. My name is Tony Astron. I'm a member of Team RPCS, Roswell Park Cessation Services. This is our fourth of fifth Celebrity Speaker Series events. Tonight's is called Salute to Western New York Businesses. We have a number of guests here throughout the evening. We plan to make this very interactive. We'll be thanking them for their generous donations toward an online auction and raffles, which will be the second part of this evening, is launching that, debuting it, telling you what you can do to get some fabulous prizes, including sports memorabilia, gift certificates, and more. That will be available again starting after the close of this event and for the coming week. Okay. So what we will do, though, to get us started, before we get into all of the great questions from everybody and what's happening with the businesses lately, especially during this tough time of COVID-19, we first will introduce things with our team captain, Robin Secord, to tell you a little bit about our team and what we're up to, what we've been doing, and then we'll kind of do a by committee approach, talking with each of our guests who are online from various businesses throughout Western New York. And about halfway through the meeting, probably around closer to 7:30, we'll then segue from that segment into talking about the online auction, showing you what that looks like, how you can get involved, as well as a great raffle that we're just launching as well. So lots of great stuff to come. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoy this. But again, the spirit of tonight's event is really to celebrate all the Western New York businesses who just do so much to keep this community running. They're so generous, and especially at a time like this where they continue to support us, we need to also support that. So we're really looking forward to hearing what they have to say, learning a little bit more about what they've been doing, what they plan to do, and some of the great gifts that you have a chance to win as well. And apologies for my dog barking in the background there. He's a little bit of a yapper. But going from a yapper to a sweet talker, let's segue in Robin Secord. We'll start her video here. So Robin, welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, it's a nice way to butter me up from from virtually. My name's again is Robin. Welcome. I'm our team captain, mostly in title, but we have a small group, but a great group. We're part of Roswell Park's Comprehensive Cancer Center, of course, well known throughout Western New York and throughout the globe, the United States, and recently received for the second time the number 14th ranking by the U.S. News and World Report. And that's not only a reflection of the great clinicians, the great researchers, the incredible staff and caring that goes on, but also it's supported by Western New York and New York as a whole for all that they do to keep that cancer center going. Great contributions from the Western New York region, from events that are grassroots level like ours, starting out with selling snacks in our department, going on to a great bowling tournament last year that was co-sponsored by Russ Salvatore, and overall we raised over $12,000. This year we're flexing, we're being strong. I was driving down the thruway today, and I saw the sign that said New York Strong. Well, there's a lot of strong across New York, and at Roswell we see it in our patients, we see it in the staff that care for them through this pandemic. Incredible efforts have been made to keep people safe, to keep people going forward. The fight for cancer doesn't stop with the pandemic. As a matter of fact, it's more important because people need to come and get the care and not be afraid to come for their services, for their treatment. New York Strong is New York Strong, right down to the patients and the researchers, the nurses, the caregivers, our fundraisers, people like you who are supporting Western New York, supporting our ride. We reach out to you in our community. It's been a hard time for all of us. We're getting through it. We're going to be strong. As Roswell Park, within our area, our particular team is one of hundreds of teams, not only within the center. Our staff are really behind this all volunteer effort, but of course the community too. Our department is supporting New Yorkers in the fight. This is in our call center with the New York Smokers Quit line, as well as online services, really trying to make a difference in preventing cancer. So I'm so excited to have you here tonight. There's still time to sign up for a ride. We'll be riding again this Saturday, small groups. You can see the ride behind me from last year. There'll be a little less, there'll be a little more physical distancing this year, but we'll see some rides heading out from UB. Look for us or join us. Lots of fun happening in small groups this year. I'm so excited to be here. We're going to make a difference, and I hope you enjoy your time with us tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that fantastic introduction, Robin. Without further ado, I am going to go ahead now and bring in Pat Bax. She's really a mastermind for our team in terms of really helping to get this celebrity speaker series going. For those of you who have joined our previous events, we have had the man, the myth, the legend, Russ Salvatore kick us off. Mm-hmm. Pat will have plenty to say about his establishments and what he's meant to the team. And we got in with a little bit of star power the last two events with actress Vanessa Angel, who was the genie for TV's Weird Science and played the lead female role in the movie Kingpin, which that has its relation to bowling. You're going to see a lot of bowling links if you haven't already with everything that we're doing. In fact, that's one of the reasons why we have the Celebrity Speaker Series, is we wanted to have a second annual bowling tournament, and of course, COVID-19. But we tried as much as possible to do something different and fun and bring in people to talk. Last week, we were blessed to have Lorenzo Alexander from the Buffalo Bills, newly retired Pro Bowl linebacker, great guy. Some exciting news regarding him coming up that I'm not going to steal Pat's thunder on that either. But if you didn't check out that talk, be sure to go to the Facebook page or YouTube for Roswell Park Cessation Services. That was just such an exciting meeting, especially last week. We had some special guests on, and those of you who are on it know who they are. And if you don't know who it is, well, go check out the video again and you'll see. With both of the last two speakers, we were able to raise a good amount of funds, both for Team RPCS for Ride for Roswell, as well as the last two speakers had their own charities as well that they wanted to contribute to, and we helped out there as well with Life Rolls On, aptly titled Life Rolls On Bowling, huh? But it's actually not a bowling charity, but still, that was through Vanessa Angel, helping with adaptive sports for those with disabilities, things like skating and surfing, things like that. And Lorenzo has his own foundation, the ACES Foundation, helping youth through education and sports. So with that said, we're at number 4. Number 5, which we'll be talking about coming up next Wednesday, is our last one, and that's going to be bowling talk. Lots to come on that, but let's move along. I'm going to turn this over now to Pat, who will introduce the first of many wonderful guests from organizations throughout the Western New York community. So Pat, I turn it over to you, and then we'll bring in our first guest. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Robin, and thank you, Tony. Our first speaker today is from the Irish Classical Theatre Company, and they have supported us last year, and they also gave us a certificate to support us this year. However, things really changed. And the Irish Classical Theatre Company is Buffalo's critically acclaimed premier live theater group. And they offer plays and international classics. And it's an intense personal theater experience where you are never more than like 10 feet from the stage. So it's really theater as it should be. And I am proud to say that someone who's attending this meeting tonight actually won the certificate last year, attended the play, and just absolutely raved about it. So it's an honor and a privilege to have you. We have the executive artistic director, who is Kate LeConte Alcocer. Did I get that right?
Alcocer, yeah, thank you, Pat.
Yeah. Okay, great. Now, Kate, what programming is the Irish Classical Theater Company currently working on, and how has that changed from what you had originally planned for the season?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to Pat and Tony and Robin for having me on, and what a wonderful experience and moment to all join together. So thank you. Irish Classical is really going through some changes now. Just Tony, like you were saying, with COVID and in light of everything moving in different directions, we are working on a new venture for the company, and it is a digital version of a play. So instead of doing a live play at the Andrews, we are going to rehearse a play and go through all of the technical aspects and get it ready for production. But instead of having a live audience, we will have Pan American Film Division come in and film the play. And then they will take some weeks to edit it and to create a streaming online service. In mid-October, for 3 weeks, it will stream for audiences and patrons in Western New York, nationally, internationally, to take a look. The play is called Sea Marks by Gardner McKay, and the play is about two people who are communicating and corresponding through letters and through their own isolation. And so we thought that some of the themes and concepts followed suit with what some people are living, through now. And the play also opened our former space, our Calumet space, 27 years ago. So there was a good connection there. So we had some other plans in the hopper for this year, but things change. And so we are looking at this as a positive opportunity to produce Sea Marks by Gardner McKay, which will be available for online streaming in mid-October.
Wow, that is so exciting. I can't wait to hear about it. And please make sure you let us know when it's released so that we can all take time to view it. I'm very excited about that. And my friend here, Gail Crickham, was the one who won the tickets, and she's put in the chat that she went to see Entertaining Mr. Sloan.
Oh, yes.
And she enjoyed it thoroughly. And Robin says that Buffalo loves our theater, so we can't wait to get back to the live theater, and we're certainly hoping for the best and excited to hear your great plans. So thank you, Kate, so much for coming on tonight. I know you have a little one, 11-month-old, that you have to put to bed. So thank you for spending some time with us today, and we certainly look forward to your continued support. And we look forward to going to the theater live and certainly enjoying what you have to offer. So thank you, and continued success in all you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Thanks, Tony and Robin. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And now I'm going to turn it back to Tony. And Tony is going to interview someone else who's been a very strong supporter of us, David Carroll. He's the Regional Corporate Director of Sales with the DoubleTree by Hilton. So take it away, Tony.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Pat. Well, we'll get you closed out here and just bring in Dave on board. So hello, Dave. Hope you are doing well. Glad you can join us tonight. You are based in one of my favorite spots in all of Western New York, Niagara Falls. And since I know this is our first time meeting, you may not know this about me, but I did work up there not too long ago for about 7 years with the Seneca casinos.
Oh, okay.
So almost across the street from you in a sense. So just a little hop, skip, and a jump. And I think what I'd like to ask to start is, obviously, I mean, Niagara Falls is a major tourist destination for the world. So many great things to offer. And of course, one sector that sadly has taken a big hit because of COVID-19 is tourism, and of course, staying at hotels and everything else that comes with it. And it certainly in our location doesn't help that the border is closed as well. So tell us a little bit kind of like, how are things going up in the falls? How are you faring with everything going on? And on a more positive note, the fact that you've graciously offered overnight stay at your establishment. Just tell our guests who are here live as well as listening to the recording, what can they expect when they stay there?
Well, Niagara Falls, well, thank you everyone for having me here. I've never been considered a celebrity, so thank you. You've made my evening. You know what? Niagara Falls is open. It's been a very, very difficult 4 months, 5 months. I've been in the hotel business a really long time, and I've never seen anything like this before, ever. So, but we've made it through it. So I think good things are on the horizon. I'm the regional director for 5 hotels. We own 3. I work for the Morani Hotel Group in Niagara Falls. We own 3 in Niagara Falls, New York, and 2 on the Canadian side. So I've not seen the 2 Canadian hotels since March. But we were lucky. We missed a lot of the issues with, especially at the DoubleTree. We were able to secure a large contingent of National Guardsmen in April, May, and June. So that kept our hotel open and people employed, and I'm going to be honest, it was a godsend for our company. So we did have, we did some minor layoffs for some of our hotels on the U.S. and the Canadian side, but we've called a lot of people back. So I'm sure all of you are going to be surprised, but we're selling out on weekends. So hope people are driving in. We're lucky. We're 4 hours from some of the largest cities in the Northeast. So we're actually doing okay. Again, I think the best parts are the best things are ahead of us. So the DoubleTree does a tremendous amount of weddings. So that has been a big, huge issue. But some brides are holding out hope that the governor decides what he wants to do with weddings, and he hasn't said a word yet. So, but things are getting better. Hotels open, attractions are open, restaurants are open, the casino is open. There are certain restrictions, as we all are dealing with on a daily basis. Masks must be worn. We are, working with limited staff in certain departments. We're not doing daily housekeeping at any of our hotels. Limited menus. So it's a new beginning for us. It's a new, I hate the phrase, but it is a new. So we are dealing with it the best we can, along as well as the other hotels in the area. So it's slowly coming back to life. So it's nice to see.
Well, that's really great to hear. I know with your particular location as well, you can literally step out the door and
Right.
practically walk right into Niagara Falls State Park. I was actually up there just a couple weeks ago, and a lot of what they've done, especially with the entrance off the traffic circle and everything else, I mean, it's just looking more and more beautiful at every turn. So I don't know if you want to comment a little bit about sort of what's around the
Sure.
general area, and for those who maybe haven't been there in a while. I know, and there goes my dog again.
All right.
I know that it's a fantastic day trip. A lot of people think Niagara Falls and immediately think to the Canadian side and a lot of the kitschy stuff with Clifton Hill, etc. But with the American side, I've often found that a lot of the fun and the beauty of it is just all the natural aesthetics in the park, that being
Sure.
so close to the falls, everything else. So I guess just touch upon a little bit. Imagine if a guest is staying there. Tell us a little bit about maybe something fun they would do at the hotel and then right outside.
Well, luckily the DoubleTree Niagara Falls is located on Buffalo Avenue. It's actually where it's located is the original headquarters of Nabisco. So back at the turn of the century, their headquarters we're actually on the site of the old headquarters. My hotel has 110 rooms that face the river. We're the only hotel that really has that view. We're within a 15-minute walk to the falls. So you could park your car, check in, take a walk out of the back of the hotel, walk right to the river, take a right, and it'll take you right to the park. The state has done a fabulous job securing funds for upgrading the state park from the Grand Island Bridge, which they've been working on probably the last 5 years. It is finally completed, and now they're taking a severe right up the Robert Moses, the old Robert Moses Parkway, and up to Devil's Hole. So that is all going to be walkways. The traffic is going to be directed back into Niagara Falls. It's going to be park lanes, our bicycle lanes. You can walk, you can run. Niagara Falls, New York has really made a concerted effort to make Niagara Falls, New York more of a natural experience than cross the bridge. Now, the Canadians have done a fabulous job. That's great. But not everybody wants Vegas to the north. They want quiet. They want park light settings, very idyllic. It's really nice. We've had a number of large groups at my hotel that have stayed at my hotel specifically because of our location on the river. We had the New York State Ornithological Society stay at my hotel, and they brought their telescopes and their binoculars looking for birds, and they found probably a couple hundred different species of birds that populate the Niagara River area. Bald eagles, blue jays, cardinals, everything you see in your backyard other than bald eagles. You see bald eagles in your backyard, you're pretty lucky. Hawks, you name it. Our hotel is in a park-like setting in the back of the hotel. We own the property up to the state park line, and then the state owns it behind it. So nothing's getting built behind us. It's a very nice hotel. I'm not saying it because I work there, but it truly is a nice, quiet, new hotel. So if you need to come up, if you can, we're happy. We're glad to donate. If you need anything from us, we're here for you. We do business with Roswell as well. When they hold their conference up at the conference center for the last couple of years, and the majority of guests have stayed with us, and so we're happy to partner with Roswell any way we can.
That's great. Thank you so much, David.
You're welcome.
And, we appreciate you spending some time here. We're going to move on. We actually have a few more guests as well, but
Thank you.
I want to remind everybody that you've heard everything wonderful about Niagara Falls and about that hotel. Remember that as we launch our online auction, there's going to be a chance to be able to have a stay there. So you need to get away from the craziness of being cooped up in a anti-COVID house, if you want to say. Here's a great opportunity to get away right in your own backyard and support Team RPCS. In the meantime, in addition to that, of course, you can always click on our links to donate to a rider. I'll move that along in the chat room to remind everyone. But in the meantime, let's turn it back over now to Pat Bax, who has another great guest for us. So Pat, welcome back.
Great, thank you, Tony. I just want to thank you, Dave. I was really interested. I think you could talk for another 20 minutes. I want to mention we have some connections here. I think we lost Dave, but we did have some connections into Niagara Falls with my two sisters. They're both into birds, and my brother-in-law loves bird pictures. My sister's into nature. My other sister, so great talking about all the birds that are available for viewing in Niagara Falls. And we do have another Niagara Falls connection, our next speaker. But before we go on to our next speaker, I just want to mention that Kate messaged me and says that they also have a free Friday series, the Celtic Connections, on their YouTube channel and Facebook page. So if you can go to the Irish Classical YouTube channel and Facebook page, you'll see behind the scenes life of the Irish Classical, very cool series. So she wanted me to pass that along. And it is also my privilege and honor to introduce our next speaker, Chrissy Webster. Chrissy is a salon owner. And if you're looking for a salon where you can feel comfortable and you know you're going to get great service, and I can attest to that, although my hair doesn't quite look as good as when she does it, the day that she does it, you can go to Chrissy. And I'm going to have Chrissy come back on, if she would, and talk a little bit about the wonderful news that she has to share with everybody, whether you're from Niagara Falls or not. So Chrissy, can you tell us a little bit about how things have changed for you since mid-March?
Well, they've changed a lot. I work at a small mom and pop shop downtown Niagara Falls on Payne Avenue. And I just worked as a stylist, independent contractor, renting my chair and my station. During the pandemic, the owner of the salon decided to retire. So she's owned this shop and been here for 30 years, and just decided that, you know, it was just too much, and she's been thinking about retiring for quite some time anyway. So I have the opportunity to take ownership of the shop. So I've been, you know, praying about it and thinking about it, and I would really like to take that step. So not finalized or you know, set in stone yet, but in the works. So very exciting.
That's wonderful, and congratulations. I know you've worked extremely hard. Chrissy went back to school. She went back to school for cosmetology, and she excelled. I think you were like top of your class, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, well that's awesome. And Chrissy has donated to the auction a gift certificate to come in and get haircut, or what's available to people, Chrissy, if they come into your salon?
Yes. The gift certificate is $35 towards any service that you would like. So a haircut, a woman's haircut is $35. That includes the cut, blow dry, style, the works. And you could use it for that, or you could use it towards a color or a highlight or any service that you would like.
And what about for men? What if men would like to come in and get their haircut? Could they also bid on that as well?
Sure. Yeah, a men's haircut is $18, so you could use the gift certificate, you know, several times if you'd like.
Great, great. Well, thank you so much, Chrissy, for you
You're
supported us
welcome.
last year. You're supporting us again this year, and we really appreciate it. And maybe you can talk to Dave. It sounds like some possible weddings in the works, you know, once that opens back up. So maybe we made a connection here today. So good luck to you,
I'm
and
happy
thank
to
you again
sell
for all
to,
your.
the Niagara Falls Chapel, who, you know, so anytime brides schedule to have their weddings in Niagara Falls or, you know, the surrounding areas from out of town, I am willing to go to hotels and do their hair and their bridal party's hair. So
That's excellent. And Chrissy probably won't say this, but I know she's actually done haircuts for the homeless. And really, and for Bald for Bucks for Roswell. She actually was one of the stylists that came and cut hair for Bald for Bucks to raise money for cancer research. So great, great supporter of Roswell, and thank you so much. We wish you all the best and continued success on your new business.
thank you.
Thank you, Chrissy. And now I'm going to turn it back to Tony, and Tony is going to talk with one of our favorite supporters of our ride and just of Roswell, and just an all-around great guy. And I'll let Tony introduce him. Take it away, Tony.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Pat. And the person that we'll bring in here, for those of you who are at our first event with Russ Salvatore, he actually helped as a fellow host, if you will. You may recognize him if you've seen the show Bragging Rights, a local game show on WBBZ-TV. Of course, if you have anything to do at all with the television industry and broadcast industry here, you probably know him. He's a bit of a local legend. Spent many years at WKBW Channel 7 before starting up WBBZ, and now bringing so much great, not only local programming, but a lot of the classic favorites that you don't see anymore on the other channels. So just a real great fit for Buffalo. And I know a lot of people go into it, but those who are really in the know that Mr. John DeShulo is really the heart behind it all. And of course, as Pat said, just a great guy. And quite frankly, I think if Hollywood's ever looking for another game show host to fill in, they really ought to come knocking at your door there, John. So, but welcome. We're so glad that you're here. And we're really we'll make this quick, but we just wanted to again say thanks for all the support you've offered both last year and this year and beyond. And thought I wanted to, just kind of see how are things going with you. I know that the location, will be kind of up in the air and will be changing, but meanwhile, your programming is going strong, and curious also to see if there's anything new in the works that viewers should know.
Well, thank you, Tony, for inviting us, and of course for Fran and Pat, our favorite bowling couple. I'm going to take you on a little tour here at WBBZ. We're working late tonight, and we're here because we are putting local programs together. And tomorrow we're going to be at the Erie County Fairgrounds, not for a spectator event, but for something that we're going to do via the Ustream feed. So I'm going to come in because Chris Musial is also a good friend of ours here at the station. Say hi to all our friends at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. It's Chris Musial, our GM. And,
hi there.
So this is Tony Astron. So Chris and I, we have to remain socially distanced.
Yeah,
we have to be clean and neat. So Chris, everybody, was the general manager at WIVB for a number of years. Was there 30+ years. 35. And I was at Channel 7 for a long time. But we're here at the station now because we're putting this fair piece together tomorrow, and we're looking forward to that. And just moving forward, we hope that Beat the Champ comes back. I know that that's something that Fran and Pat and Chris has been working on with the bowlers. We've been trying to lobby the bowling community to get them together to get their message to Albany. And Chris, maybe you can give everybody an update on that.
I wish I could. Supposedly, County Exec Bowling Cars is going to be touring a bowling facility here in the next few days. We're trying to nail that down and see which one. I was recently in Ithaca for the New York State Bowling Proprietors yearly conference, yearly meetings, and that's where they came up with the brilliant idea of distributing used bowling pins to anybody who wouldn't mind paying the $10 shipping, along with a letter to the governor, and flooding his mailroom in Albany with letters and the request, the very strident request to let us open up, give us some rules. We can safely social distance, we can safely sanitize, and people want to bowl again, whether it's families or friends and league bowlers. They lost the last 2 months of their season, which was a big hardship. Some of them are able to normally stay open during the summer, and that's a fun time too. But if they can't start this fall season, several bowling centers across the state, including Miller in the Finger Lakes, closest to us, have been forced to close, and others across the state, Long Island, up in the North Country, Binghamton, Albany area. So it's been a challenge for small businesses everywhere, but especially for our friends in the bowling community.
So I thought we'd give you a quick update. Yeah, our facility's here in the Eastern Hills Mall, and so I'm going to take you really quick into the studio. And what we're doing at the fair tomorrow is for animals and the kids who raise them, when they bring in their cows and their sheep and their goats for show. So they're going to do that in a way that doesn't include spectators, but they'll be able to show their animals, and we're going to put it on Ustream. So if you go to WBBZ-TV, you'll be able to see that. Behind me is the studio with all the green wall. So whenever you see a show on WBBZ and you see different backgrounds, that's what the green screen does. And the green screen effect is pretty common now in television. Even on the legacy news stations, many of the talent are standing in front of green walls so that they can change the background pretty efficiently. So hope you liked our little tour. And that's kind of what we're doing. And of course, supporting the Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center as best as we can. I know the auction that I do for the gala that's in November is, maybe changing a little bit this year. So it's unfortunate that we just have to keep making new ways, doing business in new ways and raising monies in new ways. So thanks to all of you for all of your help.
Well, thank you so much, John. And it definitely took me back a little bit down memory lane, seeing those green screens, because I was one of 6 people, which most of them are on this call right now, that did bragging rights back earlier this year. We were on the game show to help raise awareness about the bowling event, and it was such a fun time. And now no bowling event, and What a bummer, but great work, especially with the Erie County Fair. I know that's something that personally my family and I are missing dearly this year, but I think having a program like that will help raise people's spirits and remind people of that there's a light at the end of the tunnel ahead, and we will get back to those fun times. So thank you for all that you do to support. We look forward to continuing to work with you, and certainly if you're able to stick around at the end, I know Fran Bax is here, and we'll talk a little bit about our final speaking event on Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 12th, Bowling Talk, and many of the folks who are on Beat the Champ will be part of that talk to share some bowling tips and stories. So we're looking very forward to that. But thank you so much again, John, for all that you do and for being here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
all right. Well, let's, what we're going to do now, folks, is you're seeing me, but I am going to pull in a person from our team who has done tremendous work behind the scenes. Her name is Wendy Huss. So we're going to bring her here on video, but as we bring her on video, I'm then going to share my screen. So she'll look a little bit smaller, which I'm sure probably makes you feel a little bit more at ease there, Wendy. But I'm going to go ahead right now and share my screen. You may have seen in the link here, Wendy has sent to everybody in the group chat the auction site, which Wendy can talk further, but I believe that you can see it at the moment. It's not live just yet to bid on. And of course, if you're watching this as a recording after the fact, it's probably live if you're watching this as a recording. And we'll have it go live through August 12th, through the end of the bowling event. So we've got a little less than a week, but wait until you see what you'll be able to bid on. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and then we'll turn this over to Wendy to explain. And where are we? Here we go. All right, so hopefully everybody can see that. And go ahead, Wendy, and then I will scroll through to wherever you need. But as you can see there, it's going to be go.rallyup.com/RFR Cessation. So Ride for Roswell and Cessation. So go ahead, Wendy, and we'll explain what's involved in this online auction, what you'll see at the site, how you can bid, and of course, the most important thing that we can't all wait to see is what are the prizes.
Great, thanks, Tony. So yes, if you just want to copy the link that I posted in the chat a few minutes ago, that would get you to that site, and we're going to go live tonight. And once we go live, the site will look the same, but you'll actually be able to put in a bids. And then the bids, we're ending the auction at Wednesday, August 12th at 7:45, and that's going to be during the bowling event next week. So if you're tuning into the bowling event, you can actually still keep on bidding, and we're going to announce the winners during that event. So the first item, we have lots of different items up. We have, if Tony just wants to scroll, we have dessert for two at Athena's. We have several restaurant gift certificates, Payne's, Albright Knox. And if Tony wants to go down a little bit further, we can look at the DoubleTree gift certificates and the Christie's by Headliner certificates.
And Wendy, as you're going through those, we do have a little more descriptions of some of them. So the first one I think was Alethia's, and Mary did some research on that, and she can give you a little bit more information about what you could bid on. So Mary, would you like to tell us what you learned about Alethia's?
Okay, so go back up to the top, Tony, sorry. Right.
We have someone crashing the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, dinner's
we have a dog and a cat crashing our Zoom meeting. So Mary, are you off mute? Just get Mary off mute there. And Tony, is she off mute? Okay, I'm not sure. We can't quite hear Mary yet, but
I'm here.
we
Can
have,
you hear me?
oh, there she is. Okay. All right, welcome, Mary. She's going to tell
Thank
us
you.
all about Alethia's.
Alethia's has a great history, and it goes back to the owner's great-grandmother, Alethia was her name, who made chocolates in Kozani, Greece. So the family's been making chocolates and ice cream for many years, and they're located at 8301 Main Street in Williamsville. So that's between Main Street and Harris Hill. They do have open patio seating for ice cream, and that's open from 1 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. But their chocolate shop is open early, so if you have a hankering for some chocolate, their chocolates are fantastic, along with their sponge candies. They're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and it's 7 days a week. So make sure you stop by and visit the chocolate shop, and next door connected to that is their ice cream parlor, and they have wonderful stuff.
And Mary also researched Payne's restaurant too. Mary, what would you like to tell us about Payne's?
Payne's is located at 984 Payne Avenue in North Tonawanda. They have both indoor and outdoor dining. They also have a no contact pickup delivery. They have family meals. They do online ordering, and they specialize in Italian cuisine, pizza, pasta, chicken wings, beef, chicken, and seafood fare. So they have a wide range of items on their menu, and they're family owned and operated. So they've been around in North Tonawanda for quite some time. So make sure you bid on that and stop by and treat yourself to some great food.
Great, thank you, Mary. I also just want to mention, we're not going to go through all the different items, but there was one particular, the Albright Knox Gallery had supported us 2 years in a row. Unfortunately, this year, the gift certificate expired. However, they were gracious enough to extend the date, and if you bid on it, it is still available to be used. And they want to mention that they have a lot of exciting things currently going on at the Albright Knox Northland Avenue site, 612 Northland. They invite you to look at some of the public art that's going on. There's going to be 12 individual murals that are going to be created on the South Park Avenue facade of the NFTA yard, the DL&W terminal located in downtown Buffalo. Also going to be a history mural that's going to be at Q Bar at 44 Allen Street. There's something going on at the Buffalo Zoo, and there's several other events that are going on at Northland. So they've encouraged you to bid on this certificate, and also to make sure that you stop by the Northland site, and while they're doing their incredible remodeling that looks like it's going to be quite state of the art. So we're excited to see that. So Tony, I don't know if there are any other ones you want to highlight if you scroll back down so people can get another good look at what's available.
Absolutely. And you know, again, we'll be sharing the link. And even if the site isn't live tonight, which we're just working out one last kink on it, we'll definitely have it ready by later in the evening, if not first thing tomorrow at the latest. And we'll be sharing these links on our social media pages. When we do, we ask you please spread the word far and wide to everyone you know. For those who really love sports, I gotta say that these items here, with the signed photo of Rasmus Dahlin, the glorious T-shirt that's a huge hit from 26 Shirts, and thank you, Del Reed. He was one of the surprise guests, by the way, last week with Lorenzo Alexander. But that, a program signed by the whole team with Buffalo Bandits, John Brown, a star wide receiver for the Bills, signed hat. Casey Middlestat, up-and-coming star for the Sabres, to actually have a jersey and signed. So, wow, if you're a sports lover, definitely check this out. And, of course, lots of other great gift certificates, things to do. And, hey, folks, you know, just because we're in the middle of the pandemic doesn't mean we still can't have fun, doesn't mean we still can't support cancer research and treatment and have some fun in the process. So with that said, Wendy, any other final things that you'd like to share about the auction that folks should know, or is it pretty much go to the site and then once it's live, start bidding and pretty much good to go? Oh, and I just got to unmute you. Hang on one second here. Gotta love technology. All right, so Wendy, let me unmute. There we go.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
So yeah, Tony, so thanks for going through the website. As soon as we go live, can you email everyone that's on the Zoom call with the link again and the fact that we're live?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we'll do that. And yeah, so that's it's a great auction. And again, all the proceeds are going to the Right for Roswell Fund and the Alliance Foundation. So it's a great cause.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Wendy, for taking some time tonight, and our thanks to you and to Mary and Lindsay for helping to build that site. I'm actually also going to bring back right now our kind of de facto co-host, Pat, because we also have another exciting thing to announce besides the online auction and, of course, donating to our riders, which we highly encourage. So please continue to look at the links, or if you're watching this recording, an easy way to get to our page is just simply tinyurl.com/RPCS 2020, RPCS being all capital letters. But Pat, I wanted to bring you in here because we are now also launching a raffle. So I'd love for you to explain how that's working. And then as a good segue, we could even go into our prize for tonight for those who are attending this.
Yes, thank you so much, Tony, and thank you, Wendy and Lindsay, who's unable to join us tonight, and Mary did a great job with getting the online auction up and running. I do want to mention, though, the Buffalo Bandits, they've been a supporter of ours, and I just want you to know that they had asked us to mention to you that their staff's working very hard, signing players as the league free agency period opened up on August 1st. So far, they've been able to bring back the majority of their team, and they are also looking to, they just added a key free agent in Kyle Buchanan. Up next, they're going to have the NLL entry draft on September 17th, and hopefully they're going to start the season in early January. That's fingers crossed. And if you've never been to a Bandits game, I highly encourage you to go. I've never been. I'm a football fan, as you can see by my background, but they were just tremendously fun, and I think you'd really enjoy it. I also just want to do a shout out to a couple other people who couldn't join us tonight. Obviously, thank you to John for being one of our best supporters here. He's just amazing. And Chris, we just really appreciate all you do for us. Mark Yergi, who is Russ Salvatore's right-hand man, was hoping to pop in, unable to join us, but I just wanted to do a shout out to Russ and his wonderful team. If you have not gone to Russell's Chopped Steaks and More, you're really missing out. It's worth going. We had a wonderful dinner a couple weeks ago there, fabulous service. They are doing everything COVID safety. They're just so wonderful there, and I highly recommend you go. Russ, as he likes to be called, is matching everything that's donated to our page. So we're excited about that and so grateful and appreciative. And then I want to mention, some of you may or may not know, one of our newest Ride for Roswell Park Cessation Services team members is actually Lorenzo Alexander. And Lorenzo did last year the cornhole tournament, which supported our research for ovarian cancer at Roswell. This year, he couldn't do it, but he is actually riding at the same time some of our team members are riding. He's going to be riding 57, in honor of his number 57 miles in Arizona at the same time we are riding. So very exciting, and he wanted to extend his hellos and greetings from Arizona. And he also wanted me to mention that he is definitely looking to do something more in Buffalo. He was hoping to do the cornhole event again. He couldn't, so therefore he decided he's joining our team, which was just really shocked us, and we're so grateful to him. He's also redesigning, or he has redesigned his website, ACES Foundation. So I encourage you to go there, check out his new redesign, and remember how much he supports us. Now let's take a look. And Tony, I don't know if you can pull up our ride page or not, but if you can, I want to talk a little bit about the restaurant raffle that we have. And this is how it works. Anybody that makes a donation to our ride page has a chance to win. It's really simple. Unfortunately, you can't donate just to the whole team. You have to pick a rider. So you can randomly select a rider. You can, if there's somebody you recognize, you can click on their page. Then what you do is when you donate, you'll see a message box on the person's page. There we go. You'll see a message box, and in that message box, we ask you to put your email and phone number and the word raffle. For each $10 you donate, you have a chance to win 4 chances to win one of the gift certificates that are listed below. There's 9 gift certificates in total. And it's really a thank you for your generous donation. We encourage you to share this information with family and friends. Just send the link. And Tony's been putting it in our chat box. I also just want to mention, see, Chrissy just had a little chat there, and she said she also does kids haircuts. So men, women, children, all different services available. So thank you, Chrissy, a wonderful supporter of Roswell and a huge fan of Lorenzo and the Bills. All right, so just real quickly, we only have a few minutes left, and I want to make sure we have time to pick a winner tonight. And also, Mary's done some research, and we'll take a couple minutes just to share with you the restaurants that you have a chance to win certificates to. So, Mary?
Okay, the first restaurant I want to talk about is the Sticky Face Barbecue. I actually went there the other night and got dinner for us, and it was fantastic. It's located at 276 Oliver Street in North Tonawanda, and they specialize in barbecue. And the food was delicious. The portion sizes were great. They do mostly takeout. And if you're looking to have a wonderful evening, it's great that they're located near like Gratwick Park and Niawanda Park. You could place your order, get some takeout, and take it to the park and enjoy a wonderful meal. I had the beef sticky sauce ribs. They were some huge beef ribs, and they were excellent. And their sauces is like a traditional barbecue sauce, a little bit of sweetness, but it was excellent. So I really enjoyed the experience there, and I would highly recommend stopping by there and getting some barbecue. The next restaurant in the raffle is the Fairleigh Allen restaurant. And when I was looking at it, I found some really interesting history about it and why they call it Fairleigh Allen. It's because of Louis Fairleigh Allen, who came to Buffalo in 1827. And that was when Buffalo was having an industrial boom, which was unprecedented at the time. And he worked as a secretary and a financial manager of Western Insurance Company. So he saved enough money and he bought 29 acres of land near Main Street. So as the population grew in the area, he began selling off his parcels of land, and he began driving his shorthorn cattle west to a larger pasture with more space. And he would take that path, and it became well known as a well-trod path, and it became officially Allen Street in 1888. So that's how it got the name. So then he also had an interest in horticulture. So he took his interest and he had shade and ornamental trees planted in Buffalo around that area. So he promoted the planting of elm trees. So those are a lot of the trees that still line our city today. So they have indoor and outdoor dining. They serve contemporary American dishes. They serve pub foods, and it looks like a really cool place. So if you see the logo for the restaurant is a picture of a cattle, that's where that came from. And finally, the last restaurant for the raffle is Fasso's, and their famous slogan is "Food so good, you'll think we stole your mama." So they're located at 2126 Niagara Street in Buffalo, and they specialize in Italian cuisine, pizza, and they do have an extensive menu of all kinds of pasta favorites, and they have takeout and patio seating also available.
Okay, fantastic. So Tony, at this time, let's see who the lucky winner is. We have a winner we're going to select who will get 4 tickets to enter this drawing. So Tony has this fabulous randomizer that he uses, and you can pull that up, Tony.
It's so incredibly highly scientific. Let me tell you, you know, it's actually just a site. There's many great sites that can do this, but let's go ahead and get this set up here. We Pat and I have taken ourselves out of the equation, as well as a couple other folks too. But what we'll do is we've left everybody else on, including actually, there's a chance here, and kind of our way of saying things, we have left some of the people who have spoken tonight as a chance to win the prize as well. If I can just get my computer to work here, which it doesn't want to come back. All right, so much for that. Let's pull up a different site. 1 second. Hang on. I'm so sorry about
All right. Well, Tony, while you're working on that, just so we don't keep people too much longer, let's turn to the bowling. And Fran, do you want to take a minute or two to talk about our next event, which is our final speaker series? We're capping it off with a great big strike. So Fran, do you want to tell us in a minute or two what participants can expect from the bowling event?
Hello.
I think, yep, there you are. Okay, go ahead.
Just want to thank everybody again for their donations and for all the love that they're showing to our Roswell Park Cessation Services team. So next Wednesday, the 12th, we're going to talk about bowling, and we are hoping on a small handful of local bowlers, most of whom are local bowling Hall of Famers, either in Buffalo or Tonawanda, of course, who will talk a little bit about where they're at with bowling. And I know the pandemic has pretty much kept the bowling centers all closed locally. But again, one of the things we want to do is just kind of let you know, if you're a bowler yourself, I can get prepared for next season. So we're expecting a fun time. We hope you join us, because originally we were going to do a bowling event, but here we are. We're doing a speaker series instead. So we look forward to your participation next week and hope you can join us. So again, thanks a lot. We love you dearly, and I will give this back to Pat, who will get Tony hooked up so we can find out who won a prize.
Great, thank you, Fran. We're hoping to have a bowling ball or certificates or some other great prizes. So please join us, and we look forward to having you, especially John. I hope, John, you and Chris can come on and talk a little bit about the Beat the Champ. I know you've got some great memories and some great things in store once we can reopen. So let's turn it back to Tony to close us out. Tony?
Thank you so much, and sorry for that delay there. My one browser window didn't seem to want to work, but we've got a new one up here. And again, as I mentioned, this is highly scientific. So here you go, everybody. Voila. So we've put the remaining people, taking everybody else out, between 1 and 13. I have them on a separate screen. We'll go ahead and calculate. Let's see what the lucky number is. It's 5. So we're going to stop sharing that. Let's share the Excel sheet and see who won. It's Fran.
Oh my goodness.
So there you go. You just
pull another one, Tony. Pull another one.
Pull another one.
Yeah,
all right.
Pull another one.
I'm on the team. I shouldn't be winning.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, okay.
Pull another one.
Let's do one more then. All right. Clear this. Recalculate. Let's fill out the field. And here we go. Generate one number. my dog Ollie really wants to win, but unfortunately, the real winning number here is 7. So we will stop that once more. Share a screen, and it's Gail. So Gail, congratulations,
Oh, Gail.
lucky winner. I know she's really got the luck going. She had gotten, I believe, a T-shirt the other week. So congratulations, Gail. Your prize is part of this raffle. Again, as Pat had mentioned, this gets you 4 raffle tickets into the special drawing, which again, we'll send this out as part of our emails, our links on social media. Again, the specific instructions are when you donate, it's a minimum of $10. And of course, every $10, it goes up more and more. But you'll get 4 chances as long as you put that note in the column that it's for the raffle. As part of your donation, we'll get you in, and we will be looking forward to picking 9 lucky winners to get all those gift certificates as mentioned to those lovely restaurants from earlier. So thank you again. We're just up here past the 8 o'clock hour. So thank you everybody for staying on, for listening to all the wonderful things that these Western New York businesses are doing. They're still donating despite all of the challenges, being so generous to support our efforts and all the other teams' efforts towards Ride for Roswell. As a reminder, Ride for Roswell, it's reimagined. It is going on right now. Our team will be riding next Saturday, August 15th. So that is why we are pushing hard now to get those donations in. And of course, the fabulous online auction starting later tonight or tomorrow morning for sure. Again, we'll have all those links out. Please bid, please spread the word, please be generous, have fun with it, get in on the raffle, and beyond all that, just tell everybody else to go ahead to Team RPCS, donate to any rider. If you can't think of one, well, hey, just then donate to me. No, just kidding. Donate to Lorenzo Alexander if you'd like. I know he'd be thrilled to see the continued love from Western New York. But no matter who it is, our team, people on our team, other teams, the most important thing is just be generous as you can. The money goes towards something that we all need and doesn't take a break because of COVID-19, and that's research and treatment for cancer. With that said, thank you everybody for participating tonight. We hope you enjoyed this talk. Come back next Wednesday for our final one on Bowling Talk. Wednesday, August 12th at 7 p.m. again on Zoom. Just be sure to register through our page on Eventbrite to get the link. With that said, thank you again, Pat. Thank you to all of our team members who have made this a huge success. Thank you once again, of course, to all of the Western New York businesses. We salute you. Everybody take care and look for the links, start to bid, and please share the word. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.